What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the CCC commentary. We are in the final week of the regular season. We're in week 7. So, this week, we've got Seb and the Mossdeep City Milotics versus Kanto and the Philadelphia Politoeds. Both teams haven't made trades in the final week, so we've got a Victini, Itogakis, an Indeedee Male, Ninetales Alola, Horlucha, Weezing Galar, Electivire, Machamp, Cottony, and a Miltank versus a Zapdos Kanto, Dragapult, Ferrothorn, Politoed, Dubwool, Nidoking, Luxray, Rabombi, Persian Alola, and a Spiritomb. Now, the big standout thing for me here is Seb has a double Psychic lead. He has Expanding Force on Victini, and he has Expanding Force on Indeedee Male. And I do not think Kanto has anything to stop it. I think he doesn't have any resists. What we could see from previous weeks is maybe a Cotton Guard Dubwool, but again, it's getting hit with special moves, so maybe you can't stick an Assault Vest on it and Cotton Guard. Dragapult could be a good play because Seb hasn't got much speed, but the Weezing Galar can also take away the rain if he was to bring in a Ferrothorn. Seb's just got like a really good matchup versus Kanto, but it's going to be very interesting. Sometimes Kanto can just bring games out of the bag. He's absolutely smashed Jack in previous weeks when we expected Jack to steamroll him. So let's have a look and get right in. Okay, here we go. What seems to be a major match at the bottom of Armor. We are going to see Kanto come up against Seb. We've got the Zapdos, Rabombi, Politoed, Persian, Nidoking, and Gerald the Luxray?
Yep.
Versus the Electivire, Indeedee Male, Brinkman, but not Brinkman anymore, the Weezing Galar, my boy! Victini, Alola, Ninetales, and a Horlucha. So, like, where do you start with Seb's team, to be honest? Like, where do you start?
I mean, for me, I'm looking at the fact that Kanto is planning on clearly bringing potentially weather with the Politoed and the Zapdos. I think I'd definitely be looking at bringing the Weezing, right?
Yeah, it's like Weezing just shuts down everything. It's like anything that's ability-based strats, it just completely shuts it down. Like,
yeah, I mean, this is of course presuming it's neutralizing gas, but if it is, then it's going to be great. I think you've got to be really careful as well about bringing the Victini when you're facing down a potential rain team.
Yeah, it's bad when a Politoed can take out your L tier. Like, Politoed is not there for damage, but if it's doing it, then what can you do?
Yeah, absolutely. But then again, to be fair, from Kanto's side, that Nidoking is going to be scared of this Indeedee. Oh, double Psychic lead. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a fairly okay lead for Kanto. I'm not sure how this Luxray takes double Expanding Force, though.
I mean, it doesn't. That's kind of what...
Yeah.
And realistically, it's not going to do well. Going for a Protect, that's not a bad play. And
he is going to see the Pollen Puff. Okay,
this can do a lot of damage.
We don't see a Tailwind either, which is a bit weird. Like, normally we'd see a bit of... But I suppose it's either Tailwind or Speed Swap, right? It's...
Yeah.
I suppose Speed Swap is better in this case, because Seb does have the ability to go Trick Room.
It's true. I don't think you're going to see it from the type of Pokemon that he's leading with here. This doesn't seem like a general Trick Roomy type team.
But Kanto proper thinking about this.
Yeah, I think
he has
if
got the
I'm
sash.
him, I'd be looking to get that damage off on the Indeedee, because Indeedee can be really scary. And this Pollen Puff is going to do some serious work.
So, Seb revealing that it is Scarf. There's no way an Indeedee Male naturally outspeeds a Rabombi.
Absolutely.
And it naturally lives, so Seb will not get to see that it's Scarf. Sash, sorry.
But it
does live.
Not picking up the KO, but that's still huge damage.
And a V-Create, did it kill? There's no way!
Yeah, definitely kills there. But
we see an item pop from Seb using V-Create. There we go.
Like
is it White Herb or a Jetpack? A Jetpack.
Oh, a Jetpack. Okay, this is smart. This is getting, extra use out of those V-Create moves, right?
Yeah, it's effectively a super OP U-turn.
Yeah.
And obviously getting rid of his stat drops as well.
That's it.
Coming in
exactly.
so he could drop another one if he needs to. So the Alolan Ninetales comes in.
Yeah, I don't hate this. You know, you're not threatened massively by the Luxray, although you've got to expect that you're going to see something popping on it. Normally it's Guts, right?
Yeah. So
and
there
you
goes
see
the
Flame
Guts.
Orb.
It's gonna come down to, I don't think Kanto's got access to priority here.
Well, you can't use priority anyway with the Psychic Terrain,
Psychic
right?
Terrain, of course. Yeah, it's just bringing in that Ninetales, the chip damage on the Indeedee may have not been the play. A double Protect here could see Seb lose his Indeedee.
Yeah, absolutely. The Indeedee can't just sit around and take it, right? Because it's so close to being dead. I think you are right that the Hail would basically kill it after one turn. So Seb can almost ignore the Indeedee this turn if he wants to.
So it looks like Kanto is hovering over that double protect. I'm not sure this Luxray is in too bad of a position now. It's probably not outspeeding the Alolan Ninetales though, right?
No, and it certainly won't outspeed a Choice Scarfed Indeedee. Like, how well do you honestly think it can take an Expanding Force? Unless he's gone very bulky, I can't imagine well. Does have the Weather Ball, so that's a nice option to have an Ice-type move on the Zapdos.
I think just a straight-up Thunderbolt here is a good option.
Yeah, but the Indeedee going first, no fear. Big damage, but no KO. Yeah, down goes Indeedee. I don't know if Kanto needed to necessarily do that. This Blizzard, on the other hand, is going to hurt.
Oh, wow!
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the correct play there was to focus on the Ninetales first. You knew that the Indeedee was going to be going first no matter what. Or at least you could have worked it out potentially.
So in comes a Soul Nidoking.
Yeah, not going to be loving the fact that he's going up against the Ninetales. I'm sure, like, if he's running a Poison type, that move, which, yeah, Sludge Bomb, so that will be great against the Ninetales, but I just don't think you're going to get a chance to see it used.
A single target Expanding Force from a Victini that will probably outspeed. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. And I mean, realistically, you need to already be moving on to game 2 and just be like thinking, what are you going to do differently? This clearly didn't work. You've got to be aware that now you know there's going to be a very, very fast Indeedee male.
He's just gone straight for the V-Create, so Seb not expert. Oh, he does live.
Wow.
But I think the Alolan Ninetales outspeeds anyway.
Normally, yeah, there we go. Blizzard will pick up the KO.
Good on Seb's part to not reveal anything.
Yeah, that's smart in all fairness. Like, you don't need to show that you've got Expanding Force if he even does. Yeah.
So how does Kanto pivot away from this? Like,
this is the question, right? Because he can't just sit there and go the same again.
I'm expecting a Persian. Knowing that thing is Choice Scarfed, a Fake Out, and maybe an Icy Wind.
You can't go Fake Out with the Psychic Terrain.
Yeah, so how does he do this then? A Speed Swap? But he still outspeeds.
Yeah. Like, you know it
maybe
lives,
the Ferrothorn.
But...
It's the Ferrothorn, right?
The Ferrothorn would do really well against the Indeedee, but then you are still facing down the Victini, which is going to absolutely destroy you. So you'd have to be bringing in the Politoed, which I don't hate.
It's not a bad matchup, yeah.
No.
Like, the Dragger's not doing anything. He did get information that the Ribombee lived. So if he led something that can double live from the off and outspeed whatever Seb puts next to it, I just don't think he can.
But you see there that Kanto's going for no swaps.
Yeah, so Seb doesn't need to change anything up here, and I expect the same leads.
Yeah, and it worked, right? The Ndidi Mail was devastating in the beginning. That's just huge amounts of damage output right from the off. And to be fair, that Victini, because you've got the eject pack on it, if you're Seb, you can basically lead it with no fear of what you're going into, because it's going to outspeed a lot of things and just do some real damage and then get out of there, right?
Yeah. So it looks like the only change from Kanto side is not the Nidoking.
Well, that so far, but he's still yet to click on either the Zapdos or the Persian. Going for the Persian, okay. Which, I mean, that's fine so long as you have a worthwhile play with it. Persian is very good. I'm not knocking Persian, but the problem is that Persian needs to have a purpose. Like, I don't see what it was doing versus Seb's team that's going to be massively instrumental in picking up a win here. That's my concern. You know, there's no fake out. Maybe an Icy Wind, but it's got to get there, and I don't know whether it lives in an expanding force.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
So what's the purpose for it? That's the big question from me.
I just think Kanto's in a sticky situation.
Oh, he is, absolutely.
Where there's no answer. Oh, so Seb has changed it up.
Yeah, leading with the Electivire, which, to be fair, also fine. You know, you're now looking at a Follow Me. Maybe he's worried that that Pollen Puff was a roll, and he's looking to maybe try and divert some of the damage away.
That's a good idea, actually. Plus, Motor Drive. Follow Me Motor Drive is something you've got to be aware of.
Yeah. And looks like Kanto just not messing around, doubling in, but we are going to see that Follow Me. So
in comes an Expanding Force. Both of them. So he does see the Sash, so it was an initial roll on the first game.
Absolutely. I believe it lived on 8 the first time around.
I don't think this isn't going to be enough to kill an Electivire. Not without the Guts boost.
Yeah. The Guts boost, it would have been close.
And it's a berry anyway, so it's going to take another one.
This has just put Kanto in a really hard position here. Because the problem is, you know that the thing going first, before everything else, is the Ndidi. It's Expanding Force, and it will kill.
It's going to kill both.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it, because it's going to follow me. The Electivire is going to follow me.
Exactly.
I'm not against the Protect to see if you could get some sort of like leeway out of this Rabombi dying.
Yeah, like a free switching does change things up a bit for sure.
I thought it missed then. I was like, it can't miss. There's no way.
No, not at all. But you see the Expanding Force. Granted, the Protect obviously saves Gerald, the Luxray, but Rabombi, doesn't matter what health it was on, it was going to be going down after it's already taken one.
The Politoed could take one, but it won't take a Wild Charge, I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah. So we are going to see this Persian, but what's it going to do?
Oh, so he has put the Taunt on it. The Taunt will be a okay play, I believe.
Yeah, but I think he went for the Icy Wind, maybe trying to get some speed control, but it needs to be able to live to get it, because Choice Scarf is still going to outspeed, and helping hand.
Oh, gosh. Right, I think both of these are going. Protect. Persian hasn't got the best defenses. Oh, great heavens.
No question. Wow. Absolutely disgusting amounts of damage there. Jeez.
And then in comes a Lonely Politoed versus an Electivire.
It's not a great spot to be in, is it?
And Ndidi.
Yeah, Ndidi's going to be going first. I presume the Electivire is going to be going second.
Yeah, it's going to be a Wild Charge or a Thunder Punch.
Got an Earth Power, so if you can get it off, sure. But I don't think you're going to have the chance to hit it. And even then,
No,
Electivire's bulky.
this game is all but done.
Yeah.
All but done. Don't know what Seb's thinking about here.
Right? You just click the moves.
Maybe it was a bit of lag. It was like just waiting for communication. Like,
Has
yeah,
to be.
oh my gosh.
Huge berry pops, but then like it's still any sort of electric move coming out of the
Here we
left
go.
is gonna be enough.
Bang.
Wild charge, and it's down.
So
Wow.
Seb picking up a hot 3-0, and it just so happens in Draft League, this is what happens.
Yeah.
Some weeks you just do not have anything for your opponent, and unfortunately it happens sometimes. Unlucky on Kanto's side, both will make it to playoffs, so
They will.
there is no risk of Kanto losing this really badly. He goes in 6th place, scrapes through, but sometimes that's all you need to do. You have to be in it to win it. Congratulations, Seb. That might move him up to 5th, I believe.
I believe
maybe
possibly even higher depending on other results coming in.
Yeah, depending on. I know Phoenix has got 2 games to play and Jack has got a game to play. So it's still all to play for. But Seb turning his season around from 3 losses to 4 wins. What a game. What a turnaround.
Yeah.
What
Absolutely.
an absolute turnaround.
Yeah. Really, really well done from his side throughout the whole league so far, the whole season.
But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Really quick one. Nice, easy commentary. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
See ya.